Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Scene for Changeling venue, Living World of Darkness edition. Weird shit happens. Today we have Castiel Hawthorne, cast for people who call him a friend. Everyone else, it's His Excellency and all of these amazing honorifics and so on and so forth. But today he has a very important question for Sir Alexander Shaw. Um, it's one of those things where he believes that he needs allies, he needs friends, he needs someone he can rely on. Um, so he will send Xander a text asking him to come to Queens, to one of his favorite little shops and hang out, catch up. Should be fun. We'll start our scene there at Zander as Castiel waits at a familiar coffee shop, the one they both like going to.
Okay. Um, Xander will show up at the coffee shop. He's wearing an all-black vested suit. For those of you who have not seen the new Xander, so to speak, lately, he looks like he normally does in the real world, but his fake self is more. He has the dreads that are braided from the sides up and flows back into what that's probably like almost.
You're breaking
And
up a little bit.
he seems a lot more.
Whoa, Bo, you went real robot-y.
Second.
You went real robot. Say that one more time.
Um, oh, I said Xander's his famous braided up top, and it kind of like waterfalls back, almost like a mohawked lion's mane.
That's cool.
Into the room, he takes off his shades and he's like glancing around.
It's a normal coffee shop. People coming and going. He's just over there, enjoying his hot chocolate.
You're breaking up.
I mean, he's there. He's
Okay.
enjoying his hot chocolate.
He walks over. Hello.
What's up? He smiles at him.
Hey. Xander smiles back and he sits down. So,
for the most part, it looks that Castiel is kind of back to normal. The stutter's gone, but he's sort of like, he's gotten his candor back. He's not off the wall.
Say again?
He's gotten a lot of his candor back. He's not off the wall. He's kind of he's back to his not old self, but he isn't stuttering. There's still that quiet confidence, but it's not like over the top this time.
At that, Xander will give a slight smile.
He'll kind of chuckle. And so what have you been up to? I've been trying to get a hold of you for the past few days.
Well, I received a message from Kagoma and ended up going to Kingdom of Northern Ice.
Oh.
When I heard that, I kind of thought that maybe he was in Toronto or, something like that. I ended up in Alaska.
Wait,
I think we were the only black folks ever. I think me being there more than tripled the black population.
You're silly.
It was so cold. Why couldn't we meet in Rio? You know, St. Thomas. I mean, someplace warm. uh, but it was an adventure nonetheless, I should say.
You get into any trouble?
Uh, uh, yeah, there was trouble. But nothing we could not handle. So I think the most troubling was the cold.
So everything's okay? Kind of gives you
Yeah,
like a knowing look. There's the concern
yeah.
is like showing on his face.
Everything worked out for the best. Hey,
Okay.
made back one, please. See, I think that's all that really counts.
I should say so.
Besides, after staring down an ice worm, everything else seems to be a little bit more easier to take.
Staring down an ice worm. Look at you.
As you can see him reflect on that experience really quickly. He's like, with a sharp look away, sharp look back, like, okay, that's all we're going to talk about that. Expressly written in his eyes.
Castiel will playfully stick out his tongue. I'm gonna get you. You're gonna talk about that, but that's not why I called you here. He starts laughing again. You have telltale signs. But I wanted to thank you.
He raises an eyebrow. 4.
You really had my back then when I lost my temper. Thank you.
Hold on, you lost your temper? When
Oh,
was that?
he, when the whole room went cold and the whole thing with Sir Galador.
Sir Galador.
There's more to that story, but
Yeah, I kind of assume so. I mean, that just doesn't happen at random times for no reason. I would assume.
you've been a real friend to me, and there's something I want to ask. I consider you a very good friend, and I think it would be a good idea if
You don't need a kidney or something, do you?
kind of looks at you exasperated, like asshole. He kind of like
I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying.
kind of like he shoots his like green eyes at you, and like not really a troubling sort of way, but it's definitely he's pouting, like he's basically saying knock it off.
Come on, spit it out.
Would you like to be my knight?
Wow. He's like staring at you. And you can see that in his eyes, he is playing like all the random possibilities.
If you were to be
This
my knight, there, our relationship would change a bit. There would be no more. We would still definitely be friends, but the let's face it, you and me probably will never ever be a thing, and I'm okay with that. He smiles like it's a genuine smile, but I still admire your devotion, and that devotion can lead to something greater. I think that's important.
this is a very this is not a decision that I can make very lightly. Um,
I know,
I will need to consider this.
absolutely. There will be issues. One of the first issues, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. Sir Galador swore a oath of eternal hatred to me. Essentially, he wants to kill me.
You know, the irony of this situation is not lost on me. Um, as much as I want to make jaded faggot jokes right about now, it's probably not suited for this conversation.
Listen,
However, however, I would not be me if I did not.
I
It
agree.
seems that you give them such tremendous power.
I mean,
It's like a kid wielding a gun. But yeah, I do recall that.
that is something that is a problem. More so, it goes beyond me feeling like a. I've gone past the hurt feelings, and it's more so about protecting those I care about. Um,
What is Galador's station again?
good
Um,
night.
oh, so a knight swore eternal vengeance on a count. Ah, oh yeah. Oh, okay. I'm in the social awful pause with that. Again, yeah, okay. I digress. Please continue.
Also, it's come to my attention that he has been such pledged fealty to Count Vlad. When I
Um,
stripped him of his knighthood status for shaming House Dougal in such a way.
mhm.
That also comes to the second point. Count Vlad is a danger, very bluntly.
Something I don't know. But at the mention of this, you can definitely tell that you've caught Xander's ear.
It's the fact that he threatens another accordance war, a war between the Seelie and the Unseelie. He mocks our traditions and what we hold dear. Now, I am very much so of the opinion, even though my father was a conservative, I myself am trying to embrace Warren's new way of a progressive democracy, an equalness between commoners and nobles. You can't go back to the way things used to be. It's quite obvious. We have it here, Nunahai Selkies, and too many others in the kingdom to start the way things used to be. Count Vlad threatens to start this in such a way where random fights and situations are happening around the city. Those feeling that they're being looked down upon because of their personal views. That is something that shouldn't be happening now. There's an ice worm.
That is exactly what I was about to say. I mean, what kind of fool would divide our attentions in such a manner that would allow our total destruction if left unchecked?
That's my point. So recently, I'm going to take a more, I've taken a more vocal stance against that. However,
Besides,
uh,
besides, in this day and age, why would we need a war to determine something that we could just get together and agree on?
this is true. What makes this more dangerous is that I believe that Sir Galador and Vlad have this agenda to get rid of me. Being that when I publicly denounced Sir Galador, Count Vladimir quickly embraced him. I think
Of course
this
he did.
it's a slight against me. However, those two working together causes an issue. That is where we're at right now. However, there is good news. This isn't all down in the dumps. I've recently found out a way to restart the balefires. It is possible. That would require me taking a trip into the deep dreaming to seek out a unicorn. A lot of individuals I've told Estrella about it, but she hasn't really told me anything yet, whether or not she's going. But the only person I know of that kind of laughs. That's not looks to the left, looks to the right. Guy in his groove on is me.
Um, yeah, I heard the story of needing to be pure of body to
Yeah.
find a unicorn.
Mhm.
So I'm sorry. I just
Well,
I'm
we
not.
obviously know that you're like obviously not pure body, but I still
I don't think Australia is ever going to find one.
probably not. But it's still. But on a more serious note, I still need someone to protect me as I make my trek. There's also a meeting that's happening on Sunday about a more direct way of dealing with the ice worm. I think it's all coming to a head pretty soon.
Wow. Um, I haven't been here more than 30 minutes, and you've managed to hit me with every serious topic in my life. Uh,
Um, there's something that I want to change about myself. It doesn't do anyone any good when I'm shy and I don't speak up. People get hurt, and I don't want that to happen. So um, I'm trying, and I think it's working. So this is what it is.
Not that I don't like this new you, but honestly, I thought the stutter was kind of sexy.
The stutter was a combination of my anxiety and my nervousness about talking to people. It still gives me issues, but my station doesn't allow for that type of innocence anymore.
Hmm. Yeah, bummer.
I wish I could play the role of a coy
Mhm.
boy, but it's not for me.
So it seems that I have put a lot of things on the back burners here lately in pursuit of my own goals. I think that I think I'm in a suitable position now to attend these matters now. So, um, as for Galador, I am your friend,
Mm,
and I'll stand by your side.
thank you.
As for Vlad, one can say I still have my own torch to burn with that one. However, this is not the time or place. He definitely poses a threat, not in a personal way, but in a way that could affect everyone, all of us. And with that, I will definitely give you my support
I appreciate it.
because because not only because you are my friend, but this is for greater good. But the other matters I will need a little bit more time to think on because they not only affect me.
They affect Kagoma as well. I knew as much. And the family you two are starting. Think it over, give it some time, and let me know what you think.
That I shall.
There is another offer I wanted to make, one that's more personal and less official than the last one. The last one is more so an oath of vassalage. You would be working with myself and Laney. And Gwydion, that's it.
A what?
Gwydion, the Baron
No,
that
no.
also
An
works in
oath of what?
Laney.
Hmm. Lainey, I
Mhm.
like her.
She's sweet.
Yes.
But on the last one is he takes a deep breath and sighs again. It's a new thing, and some things still make me nervous. Bear with me. But the oath of class hands is a oath between people who are friends, and I consider you that friend. Even if your friendship and you being my knight, I don't see as mutually and exclusive things. You could be both. But again, that's decisions up to you. You're probably the one constant friend that I've had.
You know, um, you probably don't know this about me. Yeah, it's not. Um, this when I first came into this existence, there was a lot of talk about oaths and pledges and all this other kind of stuff, and I was never really, you know, keen on the idea. And then I started thinking that, they refer to my house as oath breakers, and we're not to be trusted. And so I see anyone asking for an oath, it just seems really more of a formality thing.
Mhm.
But when I pledged my oath to House Liam, my perspective on it kind of changed. It's more of me giving my word.
Mhm.
Pledging my oath to my house and as a foster was something that was required. This is something that is more given than a requirement. So I would love someday to do this with
Mhm.
you, but if I'm going to give an oath of my own free will,
Mhm.
I think the first one should go to Kagoma.
I absolutely agree. He kind of gives you a smile, as it should be. Above all else, I am your friend.
That being said, you can count on me.
And me as well.
So I will give this night thing some deep thought, and I will give you my answer soon.
No rush, but we
Now,
are we don't have all the
however,
time in the world.
pardon?
We don't have all the time in the world.
Oh, yes, I know this. But
I'm not
I
rushing
am
you.
more curious about the Vlad situation.
What about it?
I have not been keeping up with much social events here lately. And I don't run in the same circles as Vlad, so I've kind of lost touch when it comes to him.
Right. He's done a great many things, questionable things, things I disagree with greatly. He offends what my sense of a gentleman should be. I think that's the greatest slight. He isn't that. He's he's not a gentleman. Something else. I don't think I have words for it just yet.
You know, I think what probably offends me more is the fact that he allowed the potential assassin to the queen to get away, and nothing happened to him for it. I mean, and then he claims still claims a title in this kingdom. Seriously? All because the young lady claimed to be unseemly, or stated she was unseemly, and his loyalties flipped like a light switch.
He does that, doesn't he? There's not much I can say about that.
Ah,
If someone wanted to take up arms against the kingdom of apples right now, everyone's watching. We're doing so many good things in this in Concordia that other kingdoms notice us. If we just divulge into a war like the kingdom of willows, I shudder to think what would happen. How many lives would be lost? How many funerals we'll have to have? But that is something I don't want. I know that with my position and the lives we live, we'll have to say goodbye to some people. I just don't want people to go before their time.
I think the logical approach to this is to take the attention off of Vlad and put it where it belongs, the ice worm.
I think we can take that first step come Sunday.
And the more he screams for the attention, the less of it we should give to him. And when he protests, we ask him why he sees fit to put his own agenda before that of our kingdom. Because the ice worm is the greatest threat now, not the unseelie and seelie in the commoners and any upper class. The ice worm is the threat. The Dantean is the threat. Our brothers are not. perhaps we are alone in this view.
We're not. I have a feeling there are people willing to stand up to him, but nobody with the status who can do so without repercussion. And I think someone has to bring the fight to him, if anything, but after the ice one. As Castiel looks at his watch, he will get up from his seat, walk over to Xander, give him a nice big hug. I gotta go.
Understandable. I have a business to get back to.
I do. But you know my number. Feel free to drop by Netflix, all that. Not Netflix and chill. Dirty Purdy. Kind of points at you.
Uh,
He kind of smiles at you. Yeah, there's things I gotta do.
mhm.
Being a grown up and all that. And
True.
he gives you another wave and he exits the coffee shop.
And Xander will also finish his coffee and he'll leave, heading back to the gym uh, because he has a fight next month.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call an end to the scene with Castiel sending a text message to Xander like almost 5 seconds, later. You're not off the hook. I still want to know what else happened. Exclamation point, exclamation point.
Takes back, LOL.
Making me feel like a shit person, period. All right. All right, with that, we'll call this scene to an end.